You're such an asshole.
Sunday night asshole consulting. You could go to assholeconsulting.com. I don't know, I took notes on this one for a different one. I'll do that later. But this one came up first. If you have questions, go to assholeconsulting.com, where I, the world's only professional asshole, will give you the straight dope and tell you the truth. And that's an incredibly precious commodity nowadays. Truth, because I think I'm the only one dealing in it. Dear Aaron, I currently study for a bachelor's of economics, but I really find 80% so mind-numbing. By the way, this man's English is not his first language, so please be kind. You would call this degree worthless, but in my opinion, a bachelor's of economics is better than nothing. Well, yeah, okay, a bachelor's of science and sociology. Well, actually, it's not, because if you get a truly liberal arts degree nowadays, you're actually worse off than a high school graduate because you think you know something and you have a holier-than-thou, sanctimonious attitude no one wants to deal with. So that could actually hurt you. But I will agree it's better than nothing. Not by much, but barely better than nothing. I also plan to take electives in finance and accounting. I exclude to study any engineering because I am too lazy and not talented for that. Well, then what makes you think you're going to be a good economist or anything? If you're too lazy to try your best, you could expect to be a very, very average and very, very marginal employee of any type, of any caliber. You could be an average barista, a lazy mechanic, a lazy chef, a lazy computer guy. You're just not going to succeed, period. So fuck what you care to study. You got a bigger issue, and that is you're lazy. And we don't deal with lazy here. We just yell at you because deep down inside, it's a choice you want to make. And we don't get into like, hey, work hard because like, you're what? You're an adult now, and you still, I'm lazy. Really? Oh, well, fuck it. You know what? Maybe you need to starve. But we don't let people starve. Nothing but positive reinforcement for the younger generations. And I cannot go into the military because I was diagnosed as unfit. We have compulsory military service. My motivation is so down, I am sure I would not do the Masters. Well, it'd be pointless for you to do a Masters because you're lazy. It's pointless for you to do anything, basically, because you're lazy. I just go work wherever you can because you're not going to excel or succeed in anything until you're done being lazy. Until you choose not to be lazy. At my university in this European country, there you could do the master's either in empirical and political economics, but I don't seem to care. I'm sure about that. My bachelor's degree will, at best, be mediocre in terms of grades. Please don't laugh, but I want to become a trader either in commodities or cryptocurrencies. It would be so awesome if I could one day earn a share of a silver mine plus real estate and just sit back forever. Have you looked into the cash flow of a silver mine? What do you mean you want one share in a silver mine? And have you done financial projections? I know you're lazy, but you have learned one thing or another. You do have a math mind. You have a finance mind. Have you ran financial projections to see if have you done a personal budget to see if that's feasible? Who would want to do this? To be more realistic? Okay, at least you know that's not realistic. I know it'd be a long way to go if it is even possible. I recently fantasized about buying real estate in Paraguay or the Philippines. What, because you have the money to do so? Where did the money come from? Do you have capital? Because I am also concerned about the euro and our illegal immigrant influx. I am sure when those Arabs don't get any welfare anymore, they will start a carnage. Shoot, forget the Arabs. How about your regular welfare bums? How about the millions of little social justice warriors and precious white people majoring in sociology, and they don't get their government make-work government jobs? What do you think they're going to do? Not a lot of Arabs in Antifa, but there sure are a lot of spoiled little rich white kids. I'm sure when those... Now I don't feel ready anymore. I want to have a career in trading first. I invested 700 euros in Bitcoin recently, and this price is skyrocketing now due to Japan's legalization of it as of a currency of May 1st, 400 euros in a month. I'm 21 years old and have a net value of 13,000 euros due to inheritance. Well, look out the Philippines and Paraguay. Mind, you could just buy the whole country with that, couldn't you? And no student loans because it is funded by taxes, 8 semesters long. After that, they charge maybe 400 euros per semester. I don't know why Europe just pales in comparison to the U.S. Try to get the degree, thanks. We won't mention it. No, dude, look. You could go ahead, sure, go ahead, get the degree if you want. But that's not necessarily going to get you into trading. It will help. It'll help. It's better than having nothing, as you said. A finance degree would have a better chance. And if you take classes on trading and technical analysis, that might help as well. But I'm going to assume, as in the United States and Canada and the United Kingdom, in your country, there are regulatory rules, European Commission rules, on what it takes to become a trader. So I would go talk to a brokerage if you really want to get into trading and find out what they need. They may not, it depends on your country where you are, you may not even need to get a degree. You could go directly and start trading. You just got to get the certifications. Here it's the series exam, Series 6, Series 7, Series 67, Series 66. They like 6s and 7s for some reason. But whatever the European equivalent of that is, I would go and investigate that and research that. Now, you were lazy, and what you could have done at the age of 18 is maybe found this out first and then avoided school altogether, because it is possible, I'm thinking, that you could just go and start trading. But go and do some research, find out what it takes to be a trader. Don't just assume blindly getting a degree is the way to get there. So, because here's the thing, whether you get the degree or not, you're still going to have to call up these brokerages. You're still going to have to find out what tests and certifications you're going to have to take. You're still going to have to take those tests and certifications. And so you might as well do that now, because if you could save yourself the time of going to school, that's what I would do. Should you finish the degree? No, if you can find a job without the degree and become a trader, that's what I would do. You want to become a trader, I'd find a way. Is there a way that you can become a trader without having to go and waste any more time in this program? If it turns out you have to have a degree, okay, fine. That's the hurdle you got to jump through. Go ahead and get your degree in economics. But what I would do is, if also you found you don't need a degree to become a trader, pursue that career, which I think you're going to fail at because you haven't tested it out or studied it, and you are lazy, so you didn't put forth any effort. I'm just predicting. And then you're going to need to find another career after you fail as a trader. But I'm encouraging you to try trading because you may be good at it. I don't know. I'm just predicting and telling you and preparing you for the very likely outcome you will fail. Right? But I could be wrong. And hopefully I am, and hopefully you go big. You're the next George Soros. But while you are trading, and you're a full-time trader, I would recommend, if you haven't finished your degree, is to repurpose your degree and get a degree in accounting. Because what you will find out, as most people do, the finance industry is horrendously corrupt, but worse, it's incompetent. It is not filled with people who are competent, skilled, intelligent, or achievers, or are excellent in their field. It is populated by nepotists, cronyists, corrupt, borderline criminal people. And I like to say criminal because I hate saying criminal because that indicates they know what they're doing. They're so stupid, they are really that dumb. You're very unlikely to survive because you're not going to stab people in the back. You're not going to sell unneeded products to some retiree or pensioner, as you guys call them over across the pond there. So you're going to need a degree that's going to employ you in a much more moral and ethical and transparent industry, and I would say get a degree in accounting. That's what I would recommend you do. So do some research tonight, find out what it takes to become a trader, do so, and if it requires you to get a degree, I'll leave that up to you whether you want to finish off with a bachelor's degree in economics. But I would suggest repurposing and not wasting any more time in that field and getting a degree in accounting. That's what I'd recommend. Anyway, hope that helps. We'll talk to you kids later. Toodles.